Welcome back, League. It's week 6, episode 5. We're Salty Spitoons TV, and we're gonna start it off. We got a shout out to the highest score. It's for the second time back to back.
Got the
Messed
drink
out
in him.
fucking Papi. What is going on? I mean, his team is just
I know what
good.
happened. He learned the game
What
from
happened?
Wesley. If you know, you know.
Damn, I mean, he's just good. He's just dominant. And can anybody beat him? We'll see.
No.
So let's go into the contender pretender. Moving on. It's Eli's contender. I'm doing the contender this week. And it's a tough one, really. Like for me, I mean, I guess let me go back. You got really how many games between
Now in the
how many
playoffs?
games between no, not games.
Two games
I guess
separating rank 2 through rank 8.
to rank 8. Shit, 3 games really separating
The entire league,
numbers
but
2 through
yeah.
10. Yeah, like it's close because shit, Culero, Diego still have a shot at playoffs. Is it a little bit more of a
I don't know.
climb?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's 5 games left. Any of them go they don't even have to go undefeated, I don't think. Just 4 games, 4 out of 5. I think it's doable. But no, like yeah, let's go back to between 2 and 8. It's anyone's ball game, really. And my contender right now, who he's middle of the pack. His record really doesn't show his team really actually having like being a like his record does not show how great of a playoff contender his team is, and it's Little Chubb. I know a lot to say just for Little Chubb. I've said it before. I do like his team that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs stack. It's carrying his team really. Like last week wasn't the best performance, and that was honestly because they didn't have a great performance. They still did like 40 points easy. But yeah, you want to tell me who your pretender is?
It's so pretender stuff, right? Because we're kind of at the point of the season where I'm not gonna just like randomly speculate on some teams that aren't gonna make the playoffs. I have an idea of who the teams who aren't gonna make it are. So it's sitting here and picking a team who looks like they're gonna make the playoffs that just might not. And if I'm gonna have to pick one of those kind of teams, I'm looking at you, Kamish. The untimely injury to Jamar Chase is brutal. You have a really tough schedule still. I think you play me and you play Mescal coming up.
Yep.
And so the margin for error is really low. You've got Joe Mixon on a run game that has been really struggling. Pittman and Pierce on a pass game that's been really struggling. So there's a lot of reasons this could not go. I mean, it could all change with Sam. It could, but just based on what we've seen, seemed like a good candidate to like just miss a couple of games you couldn't afford to miss and not make it. So I think I'm leaning there, but it's you're not the only one.
Yeah, no, I mean, shit. I don't blame you for that pick. It's tough. It's not gonna be easy. Shit, out of those 5, I still have my playoff contender, Little Chubb, in there, right? I think he's gonna guarantee his win in. It's gonna be tough facing him. That like I think it's the last game of the season, which is week 13. So that's 3 games that let's say guaranteed L's, assuming I pull one out, which I don't think so. I still have to play Eddie Berto and Josh Molina, who their teams they're trying to make these playoffs and they still have a shot at the playoffs as well.
Why'd you use the whole government ass name? Josh Molina.
Josh fucking Molina, that pretender ass. Stay a pretender. All right, let's get into some trades. A couple of interesting trades. Do you want to speak to them, Kokamish?
Yeah, sure. I only had those were the only 2 trades. So
Yeah,
I
I
guess
think
so,
so.
yeah.
Actually, explain yourself.
Like
Explain how
yourself.
you. It was Halloween, right? So
Yeah.
Halloween last night,
It
trick
was
or
it was
treat.
it
How
was
did you get
spooky
these two
season.
treats?
Yeah, treats. Basically, I mean, you guys are in the league, I probably DM'd just about everybody asking about wide receivers because I have so many on bye slash a couple that are hurt. So
Hmm.
I'm just looking for somebody to play, and I got to talking to Eddie, and basically he was already thinking about dropping Mooney anyways to get Rondale. You guys saw the kind of bid he put in for Rondale, so he was really a firm
Yeah.
believer in him, and somebody had to go. So I put a little bit of money in his pocket and said, "All right, well, don't lose him for nothing. Here's a couple of fab." And that's smart. That's smart business on his behalf. It's what I did with you with Pacheco. It's like, well,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could drop Pacheco, or we could both benefit because you paid less than what you would have paid in a waiver system, but I still at least get money. So there's
yeah.
those Pacheco dollars turned into Mooney dollars.
To
So
turn into Mooney and really Dobbs dollars.
you're right. And other trade was I got um, Romeo Dobbs for Brandon Ayuk and another dollar. So
Mhm.
that one too. I mean, me and Diego already had that pretty much locked up yesterday, and it was kind of me just like slowly rolling the ball up the court, trying to see if I could get something else. I had a couple of things that I thought
Mhm.
could be good, but some of the cost was going to be a little bit high, and I just I couldn't bring myself to let go of what I would have had to for the other deals. So I took the IU. I think it's going to hurt because better offense. The 49ers technically a better receiver in IU. I've got to have somebody. Dobbs against Detroit is a good matchup, so there's a
Really good
chance he
matchup.
blows up, and maybe Lazard does play, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's a decoy. There's a lot of reasons. Even just for this 1 week, I get an explosion out of Dobbs. So that's the gamble. Um, yeah, and that's kind of how it worked out. These were really easy, simple trades. I the bigger ones are hard to make because a lot of people, everybody thinks their players are better. But
Yeah,
these were simple to make, so these were easy trades. These were good. And shout out to the guys for being willing to do them, so I could have a chance this week.
yeah. So there goes your question of collusion, at Savage.
No, no, we're colluding. Everybody is colluding against me.
Yeah, everybody is. Yeah, especially
Specifically,
against
just Savage Dad.
him.
Next week, whoever he plays, I'm trading them CMC.
Yeah, you should, obviously. All right, and then extra, we're going on to the Poppy
Read
Index.
all about
It's like
it.
read all about it. It's the Poppy Index. I'll just run through them. You got Mescal having himself at number one. Big switch, Poppy Index, looking like he's pulling away from you and from Texasana.
Yeah.
Um, and then number two is A Rojas, three Anna, four Lil Chubb, five Culero. Surprising leap into the number five. I mean, obviously his team was really good at the beginning of the season, but at 2-6, man, that's a tough hole to get out of. It's possible, but like I said, I think he needs to win four out of the five games to even be in. Like, yeah, his team. I don't know. We got to talk to the man himself, to the mastermind himself, figure out where he's getting these numbers from.
To the
But it's
great puppies.
the great puppies. And then number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Cool Kid, running off that playoffs position. Number 7, H Rods, 8, Diego, 9, Savage, 9, Savage. Wow, I'm just seeing that now. 9, Savage, and 10, Jay Moley. I know Burrow and Higgins had a bad performance this last week, but to be 9, that's wild to me. I don't know.
So I'm quite familiar with the ways of the poppy. So
Yes, yes.
a couple things because these are the way he has it designed is kind of different. Different stats are weighted differently in the poppy. So one of the things that's like really pulling Savage down, for example, is that max points for. he's
Mm,
literally bottom in the league in max points for. So between that and being like third to last in actual points, his scoring is really pulling him down. And
yeah.
then another thing that like is in the mix that is also kind of influencing some of these like surprising ones is there's like a modifier for your win streak. So like George Mescal himself has a significant win streak, and like the effect of like having a longer and longer win streak on your Poppy score is like
Hmm.
exponential.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
of course he's going to be way out in front because he's because that win streak is just so high. So
It's crazy. Yeah.
so that explains my really like significant drop because I was riding a
Hmm.
5 game win streak and I lost all those Poppy points. So that's why I'm like way down. And then like Culero, for example, just got a win, so he's getting positive Poppy points for having a 1 win streak versus like people who are getting
uh,
negative Poppy points for having a 1 game losing streak. And that's weighted
yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
heavy. So that I think that's kind of coloring some of that. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think that's a big deal in why these rankings kind of look the way they do. And you know,
Hmm.
I'm also not a Culero believer. I don't think 5 makes sense, or that's what he's ranked at right now, right? I'm looking at the freshest
Yeah.
pop.
He's at 5. Yeah. The fresh Poppy has him at 5.
Yeah, so
Which
yeah.
I agree. Win streak. Sometimes, like if you're hot, you're hot. Like even if you're not projected to win these matchups, it's just like 2-6 is tough to get out of. I think that's definitely something that the Poppy is missing, right? Like I guess, or maybe it's weighing it too so heavily on the, I guess, luck factor slash um your win streak, really.
Something doesn't look right. I thought the screenshot he sent, he Mescal was number 1 in the Poppy, wasn't he?
Yeah, Mescal is 8 hours ago on the extra. I forgot.
On the
Let
on
me
the
pin it.
on the Poppy that I'm looking at, he's third. What fucking what week is this? I got this old ass Poppy.
Fucking old ass
Where's
Poppy.
the fresh Poppy at? Where's this shit? What an amateur. Imagine having
Amateur.
imagine having the freshest Poppy. What's this shit at? What's this shit at? Where's it at? Why don't I see no Poppy? What a pop. No, that must have been a bad link because the link he has from 6 hours ago has him third, but then the screenshot that he posted
Oh.
has him
Oh, it's
first.
because he doesn't have the commissioner. He didn't give the commissioner access. What the fuck?
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm looking at the freshest pot. Damn, yeah, he does have 7. Yep.
Yeah.
That
What the
that
fuck,
that
bro?
P that PF and that max PF will do it to you.
Yeah, but I guess moving on, we're still waiting on the Dav, or we're still waiting on the new feature, the Poppy.
The
Wait, the Poppy projector
Poppy playoff
projection
predictor.
predictor, which that's I think a feature that's coming down the line. Poppy's
Gotta have the
PP. We're
PP.
looking at.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
have
you
the
gotta
PP.
have it. And then the DAV index, the what was the acronym?
I mean, DAV index is
Uh,
good. Yeah, but it's DAV. It's
yeah,
like derivative uh adjusted
the derive
victory.
approximate approximation of victory. Yeah,
There
the
you go.
DAV.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we have that for next time we record. It'd be great to go have different opinions. And now let's go to the one that actually matters. My thoughts.
Right? Oh yeah.
After all that talk, who we got at number one?
We're in line with the Poppy. Mescal is number 1, 7-1, smoking everybody. Dropped a cool 160, I think, basically last week, and then he ain't stopping. He ain't stopping for nothing. So easy. What about 2?
Yeah, two kind of went off the rails. I did beat them last week, but Savage Dav's team, that four-headed beast,
Yeah.
is, I mean, I think he's getting 2 wins. Looking at his next couple of matchups, he's playing Culero. He's playing like luckily he's playing Culero whenever the Bengals are on bye. Because I mean Culero's team, like, it's good and it's popping off again, but I don't see it doing too hot. He's playing Tex-Mex on again, which that's gonna be one of those comeback story, or not comeback stories, a revenge. He's going out for revenge against his sister. He's against Daddy, and to round it off, he's playing 2-6 Diego's team, who really hasn't done much. He's probably gonna take some more players from Diego while we're like up to that week. So I just see Savage Dev. His team is a playoff contender team, assuming Jamar Chase does not come back because he's heavily relying on Higgins becoming that wide receiver one. But yeah, that's my number two. Running at number three, what do
That's
we got?
me. In me. So, man, it's tough because I had to do a lot of fucking gymnastics to be able to fill the full team this week, and I still don't think I'm gonna come away with this one. I think it's gonna be close,
Like,
but
really, with the power rankings, it honestly came down to the fact that you're struggling this week. Like, you're probably gonna get a 2-loss
streak.
streak.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, and like that's really what it comes down to. I love your team. I still think you're a playoff contender. It sucks that you lost those wide receivers.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. We'll come back. The Clara goats will
Yeah.
heal. We always heal. That's
They
that is
always heal.
it is in the name. So all
And if
right.
they
No, no.
don't, are you a bro?
If they don't,
You
then
heard it here
somebody
first.
brujoed me. Somebody with
Oh,
a stronger brujoism brujoed over my clerigoism.
damn. That'll be an interesting find. We'll have to investigate. We're having a reporter
I mean,
look
we'll
at the
know who it
magic
was.
crystal ball.
We'll know who did it. It was Mescal. If I never recover, we know it was him. He
We
hit me
know it's him.
he hit me with that A Rojas team scary. And that's just been
And
working.
ever since then, shit.
I don't know, it's
All
been
right, and then
downhill.
running at number four, pulling off that win against Diego in a convincing
Convincing.
manner. Pollard, ETN, like, what happened? She was a four-headed horseman, lost one of those heads, or three-headed horseman, lost one of those heads with Andrews gone. Kelsey, was he on bye? Yeah, he was on bye.
Yep.
Cooper Cup, yeah, got injured at the end, but really didn't
But
make
he has
much
a
of a
whole game.
difference. Cooper Cup, yeah, but Cooper Cup didn't show up like he's typically been showing up. Like, the biggest weakness that was on her team was those running backs. And damn,
They
did
hit.
those running backs show up? They fucking hit and made the right move. Just what was it? 1 point short of oh, well, less than that, but like around 1 point short of getting that
High
that
score.
weekly payout.
At $20.
Dude, shit, she was what, like a third of the way there at some, no, like 2/3 of the way there, like, to getting
Money back for the year. Yeah.
her money back for the year, which would have been nice, but no one has three consecutive payouts yet, so that'll be
Yeah.
interesting to follow. Yeah, but at Tex McConnell, her team is doing wonders, and next week she's facing uh Josh's team, and Josh really, I don't foresee Dante Foreman like showing off, but I guess
Wait,
we'll talk about it more. Yeah, yeah.
is she? I think next week she's got
Oh, sorry.
this week is Josh.
This week is Josh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, like, after that, her her season, or the rest of her season,
Well,
looks pretty good.
next week
So,
she's got Lil Chubb, and Lil Chubb's number
Lil
5 in the
Chubb.
power rank, so he ain't no slouch.
Yeah, he ain't
He's
no slouch, but she's done it. She's done it once.
but
Can she
check it
whoop
out,
his
check it
ass
out,
again?
check it out. Chubb with the Josh Allen and Diggs stack against the Vikings. They could go off. They
Oh,
they could go off
that
that game,
matchup's gonna go fucking off on
and
both
that's going to
sides.
be high scoring. So
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Chubb, I mean, you talked about him in the contender section, so
yeah, yeah.
we won't stay too long on it. But all the same points. I like a lot of those receivers he's got.
Hmm.
We question mark on his second running back. However, he's going to have that solved. But you know, for for the meantime, those other positions are so solid. His floor is really high, so it totally makes sense. He's
Yeah, yeah.
a playoff contender. And
And
then
then rounding off the power rankings,
who we
sixth,
got?
I couldn't decide. And the matchups happening today or this week,
This is the
and
decider.
this
Okay.
is the decider right now. Cool Kid, H Rods. I can't decide honestly. Like my power rankings can't decide whether who's better, right? And we'll find out this week. So let's move into matchups and pick 'em. Got a bottom of the barrel matchup. Hopefully help both one of the
Toilet
two teams
bowl.
really. The toilet bowl
This is
potential projection.
the pre-Waffle House matchup.
And it's Diego and Culero, man. Both teams thought they had a playoff contender team at some point. Still can make playoffs, but one of them has to knock the other down and potentially just get rid of their playoff hope.
You're I will give you that getting a free win this week because they play against each other. Whoever wins,
Yeah, yeah,
they can get back in the playoff race. Whoever loses this, they're
yeah.
done. You ask me,
I think they're
whoever
done.
loses this,
Okay,
they're done.
yeah, yeah. And who you got? I got Culero. I'm on Culero's side right now.
So that
I kind of semi agree with the Poppy where you got to take in like who's got the win streak or who's got the win, like taking that win streak into account. Diego has that L, a tough L, really. Like any other team he would have faced, he would have potentially beat them. Sucks that he happened to beat the Bruja herself. Oh yeah, we had the little intern Brujo against the OG Bruja, and you saw what happened.
she did it. She did what she had to do.
Did what she had to do. But I got
I
cool air on that one, man. Like, yeah,
I'm going the other way. I got Diego.
really.
It's don't get me wrong, it's close, and these guys are playing for their
Hmm.
playoff life.
Yeah,
Tulare
fighting for my life.
has right now in his lineup Jonathan Taylor, who's hurt, Keenan Allen, who's hurt, Antonio
Hmm.
Gibson, who's playing 36% of the snaps, and then MVS. I mean, who knows with Kansas City pass catchers not named Travis
Yeah,
Kelsey.
yeah,
I'm really worried about the lineup he's putting out there. And I think Diego's matchups this week are better. I think he's got a lot of guys who have favorable matchups, and for him, it's just going to be a matter of like finding a receiver to plug in uh,
hmm
this week. And I don't know what that trade needs to look like for him to get something like that, but yeah, I think he'll find a way to get a receiver, even if it's giving up like one of his like bench running backs. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, no, I'm going there. I think it's Diego. I think he's gonna pull it out.
yeah. I mean, really big reason why I'm going Culero is because of the wide receiver he has none. He's missing one, and he needs to pick someone up. And the waivers don't look that good if he does make a trade. And obviously DeAndre Swift again coming back down to that. Yeah, John Taylor is injured, but DeAndre Swift is too.
Yeah,
And right now, if he wanted to, he could, or Culero could bench. Who is it? Keenan Allen and play Chase Claypool, right? I mean, he at least has that wide receiver depth that has a nicer floor than anyone else that he's going to potentially pick up. So it's going to be a close matchup. It'll be a sloppy one, but
yeah.
it's one of those like it's so disgusting that you have to keep looking.
You keep yes.
Like, but yeah, it'll be an interesting one. A lot of good matchups. Next matchup coming up is Josh versus Anna.
Fuck. There are a lot of tough matchups this week. Let's get that out of the way.
I mean, it is. I mean, projection 117, 114. They both have they're I mean Anna's playing Madison, Josh
That's
playing
that
Lazard.
Josh's pivot for Lazard is oh shit, I can't see it here. Who else does Josh have?
Tony. Tony.
Kadarius, or he drops one of his tight ends and picks up like fucking somebody else to stream. So
Yeah.
the
Which he
question
might have
is,
to, really.
do we like that or Madison, who got a touchdown last week? He's been taking carries away from Dalvin.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. I didn't expect the week 9 bye to hit on us team like this, considering the other running backs aren't that good either.
Yeah.
Pollard's good. It's not that Pollard's not good. It's like, when are you ever going to get the consistent opportunity? But
Mhm.
um,
And
damn,
with Zeke out, really. It's a close matchup, and Kirk really hasn't been on an upward trajectory. Drake London, like whatever those projected points are, you got to knock off at least 2-3 points from that, really. Like,
I'm gonna change my
and
prediction because
go ahead, go ahead.
this is how close it is though. I had Josh, but I am gonna go on it, and it's more so that flex for Josh, the tight end for Josh, and even the quarterback, because they both have tough matchups. So like I just think Josh has a little more. Like I saw initially the safer floor for Josh because he's got a lot of guys who I know are going to get like 8 points minimum.
Yeah,
And Anna's
yeah,
got
yeah,
some in the lineup right now who could like legit get 2.
yeah.
But if I'm thinking about the matchups and the way that her upside plays out, I think her hits are going to hit hard. So I'm switching. I'm going there.
You going Anna? Actually, funny enough, based on our conversation, I think I'm going Josh.
Shit, we both flipped.
We both fucking flipped. Just because I just noticed this, her defense, if she doesn't switch it out, she has a Seahawks defense against the Arizona Cardinals.
Which is tough. It's tough.
I can see a negative defense unless she switches to something else, right? Like
There's not
she
a lot
could
of there's not ones
she
out
might
there.
potentially, and there's nothing good out there. And he's got the Bills against the Jets. Jets, they'll score some points. I don't see the Bills getting higher than 10, but the Seahawks defense is good, but I could see the Seahawks versus Cardinals being a fucking shootout.
Yeah.
And if you factor that in, let's say I factor Lazard plays, DJ Moore season might be here. And I don't really believe in the Juju Smith-Schuster season. Cup
Me,
injury.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs, the Chiefs are going to have to pass because Tennessee is a top, I think 2. I think they're a top 2 run defense by like DVOA. So they
Yeah.
are absolutely nasty at stopping the run.
Mhm.
And that's gonna just mean Mahomes is gonna have to throw if they want a chance to win. And
Yeah.
they're gonna have to throw to keep the chains moving, to keep Henry off the field because they're not stopping him either. So I think there's going to be a lot of passes, and if I think his name is Jerome Casey. I forget the name of their interior defensive lineman. He's great at run stopping, but he gets a lot of pressure up the middle too. So if
Yeah.
you're thinking about like Mahomes is going to have to get rid of the ball quick, Juju, Kelsey would be the short area targets. MVS
Yeah.
and Cole are always downfield, but those are the guys who are
Yeah.
open down low, down quick. So that's all right. No, that's cool. That was cool to watch us live flip on that.
Yeah. All right, next matchup with play. I mean, this is another one with playoff hopes potentially dying or legit resurrecting, and H Rods has his fucking fate in his hands right now, making moves, making fucking money moves, paying up for Rondale Moore, Cardinals #2 wide receiver. Really, like, I mean, it's gonna be a fucking good matchup. I'm hoping for a lot from my team. Really, I mean, I'm having to play Robinson. It's just been a tough week, a tough year with injuries, trying to make something happened with this team, and I don't think I got enough. I don't think I have enough to make up for Murray feeding the ball to Hopkins, which already is capping my Hopkins points. Um, I I can't battle that. Hopefully Jamal Williams does become RB1 and Joe Mixon goes off, but then again he does have Sanders and Mostert, who also have a pretty decent floor.
Yeah,
Um,
and good matchups. Yeah.
and it's a good matchup. And Sanders could have a Henry week. Like Eddie could potentially have two Henry
Henry
run
Weeks.
game points,
Yeah.
right? Two Henry weeks, and that's because they're both playing Houston. So it's gonna be a tough one. If I have a I think Eddie right now has a nice ceiling, and I really don't. My ceiling is capped at like what, like 112, while his can still be at like 120, 130. So
Yours hinges on how well the Colts can pass against New England. And that's a tough gamble to make. So
it's
for
hard. And with the rookie QB and Sam
Sam
Ellinger,
Ellinger,
which
Ellinger.
Ellinger, which I'm not a Longhorn fan, so I'm probably gonna be one. I probably might do a little hookup if he gives me a little.
A boost.
You heard
Boost
it
this
here
week.
first. If he gives Pittman and Pierce a nice little boost, I
You'll
might
you'll
throw a
you'll,
nice
you'll do a
little.
hook. You'll do a hook 'em on the show.
I might on the show next week. But yeah, so I got H rods. Who you got, Kokenish?
Same for all the same reasons. Um, and just watching out for that. I mean, if Ellinger could make us change our mind, but I'm worried about him.
Yeah. All right, and then next matchup, A Rods versus Savage Dive, another fucking juicy one too. God, it'll be interesting.
Tough, bro.
Tony, your team is fucking good. You have running
Yeah.
backs for days. Running backs, a plethora of fucking running backs for days.
So into the inside of how I schemed this out, right? It's like, ooh, I had a fucking muscle spasm. That didn't feel good. That's how you guys know this is live TV. Ow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, let me power through this segment. That running back floor is basically every single other position that I'm playing besides my three running backs is completely boom or bust. So
Yeah.
I've got a puncher's chance, right? Because Fields can get 5, he can get 25. You know, Davis, same thing. Dobbs, same thing. Mooney, same thing. I mean, the Patriots against Indy, same thing. So I mean, there's a lot of reasons why like this team could really fucking blow this week, and I'll just get smoked.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons where we could explode. You know, you never know. So this way you got to play them. But my running backs have such tough matchups. Like Philly's a great defense for Damian Pierce to go against, and if Cooks isn't playing, then like why does Philly have any reason to like not stack the box against the Texans?
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette against the Rams. Rams are a top 5 defense against the run. I think it's even higher, but they're top 5 defense against the run. And Tampa Bay's just not scoring touchdowns. So again, why do they have any incentive to like not load up? And so guys, this one's the one I'm torn with because all of Tampa's DBs are hurt. So you would think the Rams are going to pass. If the Rams start to pass and get ahead, positive game script is out the window. Leonard Fournette is either going to get catches or he's going to get like wiped out, but he's not going to get touchdowns. And I kind of need the touchdowns if I want a chance. So, you know, I'm leaning Savage for all those reasons, but you know, I do have a puncher's chance, and I hope I get an upset win here because I really would love to have it for the playoff stretch. But, you know, but it is what it is. It's what I get for not making trades sooner and getting better players for my apocalypse. So, what do you got?
Yeah. It's a tough one, man, because legit, the wide receivers you don't got, he has. The running backs he don't got. He's got Dylan, Robinson. Dylan has been taking more carries. Robinson A lead
But
back could potentially be the lead back.
Dylan hasn't crossed 10 points since week 1.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
see, that's like how do you
but it's
how
against
do you
Detroit
how do you
though.
want to play him? Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a positive game script. I think Rodgers
Mhm.
pulls some magic, which will help Dobbs, right?
Yep.
But in terms of the running game, it's Detroit, man. Their defense sucks. I think there's gonna be a positive game script where Aaron Jones goes off, Dobbs goes off, and Dylan is gonna get the those points from Detroit that's not really blocking anyone or
The
any.
garbage time. Yeah.
It's there. So I I think Savage Dav's team is boomer bust with Joe B, Hayden Hurst, T Higgins, and Tyler Boyd.
That is
But
crazy too. Yeah.
against Carolina, I think this would be Carolina is no Browns. They're not gonna shut down Joe Burrow and these stout wide
I don't
receivers.
know, dude. It's gonna be interesting because Carolina, since they've like made all these trades, they've been really good defensively too. So like I, I mean, again, I agree. I don't think they're as good as some of these other teams, but they're playing over their head right now. And
Yeah,
that's scary for a team that just lost Jamar Chase and has a bad O line. So I mean, like it's tough.
that O line is horrible, dude. It was tough. How many fucking sacks did like Miles Garrett have in that game?
I don't even
He
know,
had,
bro.
but the Panthers. Not that I know of, they don't have Miles Garrett or Jadeveon Clowney on their team, so that pressure won't be there as much. I don't feel.
They have a fucking Burns. Burns is a beast. Um, they can get a pass rush going. So they played.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me look at the Panthers defense from the waiver wire. But their last 2 weeks that they got those W's. Oh wait, yeah, they did win.
Yeah,
Let's see. Where's Carolina?
they're 2-6. No, they lost. They lost against Atlanta. Gave up 37 points against Atlanta.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking about the two before that. So Tampa Bay, they only three. They only gave up 3 to Tampa Bay, and then they did get smoked by
But
Atlanta.
yeah, that's
The
what I'm saying.
Rams,
It's like,
the Rams with Cooper Cup, they only gave up 24. So I'm like, I
mhm.
don't know.
So they're
They
hit
got
or miss, really. So
yeah, you're right. I hope they hit. Hope they hit. Oh,
yeah, but I guess going back to it, I know I talk so much shit, but I'm going with A Ross's team. I think your running backs, like I mean, your running backs are easily going to carry you. Yeah, you have the matchup against Philly with Dameon Pierce, but I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more to Dameon Pierce, and he's such a good athlete that I think that'll make up for. I think Dameon Pierce and Leonard Fournette are going to get a lot more passing work, and that is going to set you apart from Savage F's team.
I'll take it.
And Fields, I think, goes off against Miami. I think it'll
I,
be a good matchup.
oh, bro, I've been huge. I've been huge to get him. I hope he does well.
Yeah, so finally, last matchup, you got number 1 in the power index against number 5
Against the contender.
against the contender himself. I love this matchup. It's such an interesting one. Why? Because first of all, Mescal himself is projected to win, or he's projected to lose, but that's without a defense. Like that's how great his team is right now. He has so
Yep.
many great matchups, but
He just does
you
not want to
can't
drop
count.
Wilson to pick up the defense. That's
He
crazy.
doesn't. He fucking doesn't. Like he's that fucking uh sure of his team that really he doesn't want to, but he's gonna have to. He has to. He has to play a defense. That's a rule. He's gonna have to make that move. Or I mean he can play the Cowboys. That's a fair thing. Let's say he does play the Cowboys, then
He can do that. I thought kind of we were saying like the whole sportsmanship of it all is like you got to have somebody try to get points.
I guess, right? I mean I thought in my head that I mean as long as you play the Cowboys, right? But I don't think Mescal will. I think it's going to be a good enough matchup that I think Mescal's going to have to play a defense. If not, then we'll figure it out
Okay.
then.
No,
We'll kick the can
this,
down the road.
I had a week that I was going to do that too and not play a defense. And I was like, it's probably not sportsman-like. I just play my bye week
Yeah, yeah.
defense, but I didn't do it. So,
Hmm.
so if he gets to do it, I
So
want to redo. I want to redo.
I want to read you. No, but you got Josh Allen, Austin Eckler against Atlanta, who's giving up points, and Stephon Diggs. That's a Steve's big three right now, and I can see them going off.
Yeah.
And Mescal's team, dude, never mind. I got Mescal. I
I know.
can't.
And you know
I
what?
can't.
I hate the juiciest matchup. I still have no doubts about. Mescal's just going to get production out of every single position he has on the field. And
Easily.
there's a few spots on Chubb's team that I think he could miss. And you can't when you play Mescal, you have to hit at every position or you
You
guarantee
have
you
to.
lose. Or you guarantee you lose.
Yeah. Really,
So
the only ones that you can potentially bank on, the only two positions is Pitts is a hit or miss.
yeah,
He's either giving you 10 points or he's giving you two. But then
or zero. Yeah.
Steelers got Gesicki, right?
Who's also potentially zero. Yeah.
But yeah. And then David Montgomery, Herbie taking that workload from him. Monty hasn't been looking like the playoff Monty that we're
And
known to see.
it's a decent matchup, but if he doesn't even want to do that, he says fuck it. He can just go play Garrett Wilson. Just he's got options.
But yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to. And the Bengals aren't an amazing defense, really. I don't see them getting 12. I think that's an over projection
Yeah,
there.
I think so too.
So I think it comes down to that and Mescal's taking it really. Like I think Khalil Chubb has a chance. It's just you can't. He's hot. Mescal's team is hot right now. Really, what all of us are hoping for is him to get the inverse or like have the same results he did like what last year, 2 years ago, where he basically went 7-0 and had the 6-run loss, which but that was different circumstances.
it's way
Circumstances
different,
and
bro. Yeah. I think he's staying. I think that's
yeah,
I think he's just
yeah,
fucking he's gonna fuck us. Fuck us all.
hard.
He's got the longest road. He has the most. I figured out it was development cards, right? He's got development cards.
Yeah.
He's got it all. I need to do something about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. A little bit more of a breakdown into like the teams, into the matchups themselves. And yeah, like, subscribe, follow. It's been your commish, your co-commish. Any last words?
Yes, we talked about it in the chat. Trade deadline is week 11. Guys, make sure you pay attention to that and get your playoff teams ready because that's right around the corner. We're playing week 9 right now, so you gotta start making moves for you guys who are gonna make the playoffs. You gotta make moves for you guys who think you're on the bubble, and you're gonna really need to win week 12 and week 13, and you're not gonna have another chance to improve your roster after our trade deadline. You need to make some anticipatory trades. So get those trades in, start getting active, guys, or you might get left out of the playoffs.
Yeah. And second place gets money. Just letting y'all know. In case the sky is too scary of a team.
The napkin, the dollar napkins for your tiers.
God damn. But all right, guys. Have a good one. Peace out.
Peace.